Harry's Wife, Part 103.6. Getting slaughtered? Go shopping. Seems like a fair enough response, doesn't it? Well, according to page 6 and an article by Kirsten Fleming, a headline of which is Harry's Wife Enjoys Retail Therapy Amid Deal or No Deal Backlash. Enjoying some deals. Harry's wife was spotted enjoying some retail therapy after she revealed she felt objectified by her role as a briefcase girl on Deal or No Deal. The Duchess of Sussex wore a $595 strapless green Malia Mills jumpsuit, which, looking at it, I can safely say that was a waste of money. A wide-brimmed 128 Panama hat from Kuana, sunglasses and sandals. She completed the look with a braid. Now, I have to say that when I first looked upon the pictures and footage of Harry's wife going about doing a bit of shopping in Montecito in that latest get-up, all of a sudden a certain song entered my head. I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching, while my thoughts are busy hatching, if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for my individual, in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts that you'll be thinking, you could be another Lincoln, if you only had a brain. Yes, not only is it quite apt that somebody behaves like a complete dunderhead, but the garb very much put me in mind of the good old Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. But let us get back to what page 6 have to tell us. Well, apparently the former royal, 41, was accompanied by a friend, and the two seemed deep in conversation as they shopped for home goods at the gourmet food boutique Pierre Lafont in Montecito, California. Now, what is interesting, of course, is that her and the friend, and they're deep in conversation as the non-intimate secondary source is no doubt subjected to a barrage of industrial beige from Harry's wife. But the point is this. They went shopping in Montecito, which is a good 100 miles or so from where the paparazzi are based and housed. Now, you don't tend to see any other shots of famous people who live in Montecito. Basically, that's where they live their private lives, and one suspects that there's a kind of understanding that you don't do any papping up there. Not only is it not worth your time, because you've got to drive a long way, and there's no guarantee that you'll necessarily see anybody, because the famous will be lurking behind their gated communities, but also it's a case of, look, this is where we live. You can pap us when we're in LA, you can pap us when we're having lunch elsewhere, but not here. So why would paparazzi risk driving 100 miles or so to Montecito on the off chance that the Duchess of Delusion pops out to do a bit of gourmet food shopping? There can only be one answer, can't there? She tells them that she's going. The paps aren't going to hang around on the off chance that she shows up. They know that she is. And it's so see-through, and it's so demonstrative of her clown-like need for attention, which, of course, you know, is fuel. So she engages in this behaviour, repeatedly seeking to assert control and draw fuel by ringing up the paps or getting a member of a coterie more likely to do so, and explaining, hey, guess what? The Duchess of Industrial Beige is doing some beigeness down at the shops if you want to catch her. And you could also get some pictures of her looking like she's an extra from The Wizard of Oz. Returning to the article, the pair of friends went on to have lunch in nearby Santa Barbara. Her outing comes 1 week after she admitted she quit her job on season 2 of Deal or No Deal back in 2006 because she felt she was being reduced to a bimbo. Despite feeling really grateful to have a job that could pay her bills, she still felt there was little substance to the role. And then it's just a repetition of that, and explains how there was some blowback from other briefcase girls, which I've reported on in parts passim. And Also mentioning the fact that Whoopi Goldberg had a pop at her also. See parts passing. So she decides instead, well, I'm going to go off and do some shopping and get papped doing that, so that's okay. Now, TMZ observed this also, with them stating, "No deals here in Montecito, luxury shopping time." Harry's wife might have thought her deal or no deals were chock full of misogyny, but she was pretty into the deals she found in Montecito Friday, or a lack thereof rather. The Duchess was shopping at a swanky luxury boutique in her backyard with a friend and security guard driver in tow. She was looking pretty chic, but apparently wanted some new threads from a place she was happy to advertise on the way out. Bag flashing for days. Triangulation, residual benefit. The store she went to is quite high-end, so much so you can't even view their catalogue on the web for a price point. All they seem to offer in their shop online category are gift cards ranging from $100 to $1,000, so that gives you an idea of how uppity it is. In other words, she probably didn't get much of a deal here, not like her briefcase days when she says she felt objectified over her looks and made out to be a bimbo. Anywho, check out how Harry's wife handled herself when she was getting out of there. She tries to open the door for herself, but her driver insists on getting it, which she lets him do. It's interesting. This is apparently one of the things that the royals and all their staff had a major problem with while she was working for them, namely that she broke a ton of little protocols, including taking the lead or getting her own door, stupid stuff like that. Old habits die hard, we suppose. Also, peep the skinny pop in her ride. Guilt-free snack fare right there. So, yet more shit pelters thrown by TMZ, but let's go below the line at page 6 and find out what people think about this latest recollection. B. In retrospect, after Harry's first date with Harry's wife, he should have told her, no deal. VSW23. Her friend employees dress like every 20-something college student. She looks to be in her 40s, and anyone past 28 can't pull off this trend without looking like a try-hard. John Taylor. So who called the paps? Harry's wife doesn't go anywhere without alerting her paid photographers. Does the Post buy these photos, or does she pay them? Linda. She and Harry seem to be spending a lot of time apart over the past year. Reports indicate the honeymoon is over. DD1202. Finally, bear proof of her huge bunions are the reasons why she has to wear 1 to 2 sizes bigger in shoes, which results in the constant look of ill-fitting shoes and her odd walking style. Lulu May. Who else thinks she caught them? She looked directly at the camera as soon as she came around the car. She's so transparent. John Smith. Then they went to Sizzler for the salad bar. Irish. Poor thing needs a break from her busy schedule of throwing all her in-laws under a double-decker bus and complaining about her incredibly hard life of privilege. It's an exhausting life. Arlene. I was so much more than what was being objectified on the stage. Yes, we know, little buttercup. You're always so much more than you think you deserve. How is that working for you now? Clementine. She's either travelling or shopping. When does she take time for the kids, the ones nobody's seen? Is Grandma Doria the only family contact? Got to feel sorry for them. Lindy G. Her spray tan or bleaching is very uneven. Can this broad ever look presentable? Lisa. Looks like the nannies are raising the kids. She's always out without those kids. DM. These photos are sourced from Backgrid, which means they were most likely arranged. Janet Floyd. Apparently she didn't get editorial control. She looks awful. Some of her emotion make her look bow-legged. K squared. This story can't be accurate. She has no friends. Right, Dave responds, they must be on the payroll. Munch, and I thought I was a sloppy dresser. Holy cripe, this get-up takes the cake. Hope she's not overpaying for her stylist. Lee Laurie. Can't believe she's walking without Harry holding her hand. Alex KGA. Wait till she's 50 plus when beauty fades and showbiz jobs decline. She could always get a talk show job. Susan Jones. Her jobs were already in decline, another reason why she was keen to get married. Clementine. Hey, Nutmeg, when was the last time you saw the kids? They've been denied any family contact, a chance to play with grandpa, meet great-grandmother, their cousins, uncles. That's tantamount to mental cruelty. Denver businessman. Harry made the mistake of his life. This is not for you. She most likely suffers from too much time on her hands, and so she has too much time to think, and that's where she gets into trouble with her remarks. I have no problem with her. She's not vulgar, she's polite and seems quite together. She doesn't bother me as much as Madonna does. Argara 2000. The hat belonged to Indiana Jones. Scott Dog. Shop all you want, sweetie, but you can't buy manners or class. Zenu. Her fashion sense is always so terrible, and that friend looks completely fed up. Kristen Nguyen. Harry's wife's strategy for making it big is throw everyone under the bus, men, women, dogs, cats, then claim victim, then retail therapy with her hard-earned money, rinse and repeat. And on go the comments, all lambasting her, non-supporting her, commenting on her dress sense, lack of doing anything with the children, her sense of entitlement, that she's a conniving wannabe star, that she just engages in deflection, and on it goes. Yet again, she arranges to be papped, and it backfires, with repeated criticisms about her. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.